I had to completely unlearn this in order to build authentic confidence. When I was growing up, I thought that confidence meant being cool, hanging out with beautiful women, having beautiful women like me, having cool friends, playing football, playing baseball, playing all the sports, being smart. I thought that would bring me confidence. And I formed myself to become that person when in reality, that's not who I really was. I actually had no idea who I was. But when you're actually confident, you're able to figure out who you are based off of the incredible people that are surrounding you, right? And when you're able to build authentic confidence, here's the difference between the thought back in high school or back in college or whatever that I had that many people go through. Many people think that if they have the car, the clothes, the girl, the husband, the wife, the kids, the dog, that they're going to be confident. But that's not necessarily true. You just have things. But in order to have confidence, you need to have this. You need to have that confidence that you will show up for yourself every single time, no matter how difficult the challenge might be. Let's say you look at yourself in the mirror and you don't like what you see. Let's say you look in the mirror and you got the man boobs going on, you got some flab on your midsection, you're like, I don't like this. Confidence is saying, I see you, I know where I can improve, and I'm gonna get it done. That's confidence. And you can apply this to literally everything you could ever think of. Some sort of fear you might have. Maybe he's talking in front of public and people in front of public in public spaces. If you have that mentality that, you know what, I can show up for myself and do hard things, then it doesn't matter what life puts at me. I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to put in the reps. And then every time I pass my challenges, every time that I stand up for these areas in my life that I feel uncomfortable, then each challenge gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you're on stage speaking in front of a million people. Now it takes a confident person in order to do that because they've had to work through all those stages in order to get there, right? Just because you have the car, just because you have the clothes, just because you might be cool, that may bring you status, but that does not necessarily bring you confidence, right? Confidence is being able to know that you can express yourself authentically no matter where you are or what you're doing, right? You can be a complete reflection of yourself simply by what you're wearing, the verbiage that you say in your words. If it's a true, authentic expression of you, it takes a confident person to do that instead of looking at some sort of community and being like, oh, I want to mold myself to them. Being able to shine your light through yourself, and then other people will be attracted to that light. Now, there is like, for example, I used to be more into the party scene, right? And then now I'm more into the spiritual scene. So I'll meet people, and many of the people that I meet, they don't drink anymore. They might smoke every once in a while, but they don't drink. And they mostly eat a vegetarian lifestyle. So I went from being like, this person that was so into like basketball and football and sports that I actually really didn't even like in the first place, but I was doing it to be cool to like, ooh, I'm interested in this health thing. I'm interested in this self-growth thing. Like let's move forward on that. And I look towards other people who are further along in my journey, that I ask them questions, and I know that whatever I ask them and I want to incorporate in my life, I have the confidence that I'm going to push past that. Right. So instead of having that confidence that like, oh, if I have this, that, and the other, then I'll feel confidence. The authentic confidence comes from within, where you know that no matter what challenge comes my way, I'm going to be able to accomplish it because I've accomplished so many other things. Now, the thing that really sparked this authentic confidence within my life is I used to rely on alcohol for this false confidence to shut down the noise of the negative self-talk that was actually going through my head, like, oh, they don't really like you, you're really kind of a loser, oh my gosh, like you're so awkward. Like that voice was in my head when I would go out, even especially if I would go out by myself. Like, ooh, I really thought people were looking at me and thinking I was a loser. So what I did is I drank in order to like shut that self-talk off just for a little bit, just enough to feel confident, to feel like the man. But then I projected this completely different persona that actually wasn't me at my core. It was a conglomeration of all the people that I looked up to that seemed to be confident from the outside, and I created that person. Then afterwards, I would usually make a lot of dumb comments, dumb remarks, and act like a fool. And then I would just blame it on the alcohol. And I'm sure many people can relate to that. But now what I've been able to do is take out the alcohol. So there's no crutch, there's no excuse. It's just personal responsibility. So every action that I take is me, it's not drunk me. And there's no excuse for my actions. So I really take them into account every time that I do them, and I take responsibility, and usually they are positive things. Oh my gosh, I had this incredible conversation with you and I really connected with you. I would really look forward to hanging out with you in the future. That's me. That's not drunk boat. That's me. And so you get to also claim all of that positive thing, all those positive reactions. And over time, once you keep building and building and building yourself by truly being authentic, it builds confidence on top of the inner authentic confidence. And you are getting things from the outside, but that's simply because you are being a reflection of your own self. I know this is getting pretty deep, but that's the way it was for me. I had to unlearn that idea of I need all these things outside in order to be confident inside. What happened is you have to be confident inside, and then you will reap the rewards on the outside. It will show around you. You'll start to have people that surround you that are positive and uplifting, and they're not just friends with you because of the stuff that you have. They're friends with you because of your moral character. They're friends with you because they believe in you, because whatever you set your mind to, they know you're going to do, and that inspires them. And on top of that, they're inspired by the way that you live authentically and truly to yourself. And when you are living authentically and truly to yourself, it will attract a whole bunch of people that are also doing the same exact thing. So just to recap, you don't need things outside of yourself to be confident. Confidence comes within. And I'll tell you one more thing is that one of the things that really changed my life was to actually start affirmations, which feels so awkward when you first do it. But the best way to do affirmations is to write down all the insecurities or shortcomings you might have had, right? Whether it be like, oh, I'm too fat, or I'm too short, or I'm not rich enough, whatever it might be, write all that shiz down and then put them up somewhere where you can see them every day. Maybe it'd be like the mirror where you brush your teeth, where you might use a dry erase marker or sticky notes, and to say the exact opposite to yourself. So if you say, I am fat, be like, you know what? I am strong. Instead of saying I am short, you can say like that. Also, like I am lean. You can just completely flip the script on those negative self-talk and other negative self-beliefs and flip them to be positive. And after you say them over and over and over and over to yourself, you will believe them. And as you start thinking positive things and saying positive things about yourself, it builds your confidence because it builds your self-image and it builds your self-love. And you have all those three together in one, and you create this beautiful dynamic of inner self confidence that when you project it out, everybody can see it. So just remember that you can create your authentic confidence from within simply by doing affirmations and reflecting the actual essence of who you are through the things you wear, the things you say, being super honest and vulnerable and sharing your story, not talking crap about other people behind their back and talking about them like if they were there in the room. And as you build your character and you realize that every single challenge that comes into your life, you will knock it out, you will build confidence no matter what. So thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you guys have a beautiful night. Any comments or questions or concerns, write them down below, and much love.